It all begins with an announcement that instantly raises the temperature of an already burning region. Israel's Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, he steps forward and declares what he calls a major success: the elimination of key figures linked to Iran's power network, including Ali Larijani. The tone is firm, it's confident, almost something that he has achieved. Now, for Israel, this is projected as a decisive blow. But for Iran, this is something else entirely. Because in Tehran, ladies and gentlemen, this is not seen as a strategy. It is seen as an attack on the heart of the system. Larijani, he's not a political name. He represents influence, connection, deep roots inside Iran's leadership circle. Alongside him, Israel claims to have targeted a senior commander of Basij, basically a very powerful paramilitary force that is closely connected to Iran's whole system. Netanyahu, he goes further. He points directly at the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, calling it the backbone of Iran's regional operation and accusing it of fueling instability across the Middle East. Now, this is not just military messaging, this is ideological confrontation. A signal that Israel is not only targeting individuals but the very structure that supports Iran's power. And then comes the next layer. Netanyahu reveals that Israel is not slowing down. Operations are ongoing. Fighter jets are in the air. UAVs, unmanned drones basically, they are active. Surveillance, targeting, precision strikes, they are all part of continuous campaign. He even hinted that some operations are still undisclosed, suggesting that what the world is seeing, it may be a fraction of what is actually happening. But while all these statements, they are being made, something else is already unfolding in the skies. That's right, Iran responds, and it responds really fast. Missiles are launched towards Israel, not one, by the way, not two, a barrage. A wave designed not just to hit, but to overwhelm. Air raid sirens begin to sound, defense systems activated, and civilians rush for the shelters. Now, this is retaliation in real time. Because for Iran, the message is clear. Any strike on its leadership, it will not go unanswered. The response, it may not always be immediate, but when it comes, it will be visible. Well, as the exchange intensifies, another detail adds to the global stake. Netanyahu references discussions with Donald Trump, pointing to coordination with the US. While he does not reveal the specifics though, but the implications that are strong. Strong that Israel is not acting alone here and that strategic alignment exists at the highest level. This matters because the moment the US is seen as part of the equation, the conflict, it expands far beyond the two countries. And now, the situation is no longer contained. Across the region, military forces are on high alert. Allies are watching closely, oil markets are reacting. Diplomatic channels are heating up because every strike, every statement, every signal, it is pushing the entire Middle East closer to a wider confrontation. And at the center of all of this is a dangerous cycle. One side calls it elimination, the other side calls it martyrdom. One side celebrates a successful operation, the other side, it prepares its next response. So this is not just a battle of weapons. This is a battle of narrative, of power, and about perception.